India signs 100 LCA Tejas jets into the production. While China conducts a massive military drill near the Indian border, a new US declassified document says India dominates the Indian Ocean against China. The Indian government on Wednesday cleared the defense deal worth of rupees 48,000 crores to strengthen the Indian Defense Air Force fleet of LCA Tejas fighter jets. This will be the biggest deal ever in the indigenous military aviation sector. The Defense Minister of India, Rajnath Singh, confirmed the development that the Indian government have approved the largest indigenous defense procurement deal worth rupees 48,000 crore. The homegrown fighter jet LCA Tejas will be a game changer for the self-reliance in Indian defense manufacturing. While the Chinese People's Liberation Army is conducting a training for its soldiers at the Depsang Plain, the Ladakh, satellite images shows China has also released a video of its troops undergoing training Depsang. Satellite images of the area where the activity of the drill has recorded put the units roughly 36 km east of Ladakh airstrike. The Indian Air Force of Ladakh airstrike is in Ladakh in the world's highest airstrike. The Defense Minister of India said Tejas is going to be the backbone of fighter jet fleet of the Indian Air Force in coming years. Around 3 years back, the Indian Air Force has issued an initial tender for a procurement of 83 Tejas aircraft. The LCA Tejas incorporates a large number of new technologies, many of which were never attempted in India. The indigenous content of the LCA Tejas is 50% in Mk1A variants, which will be enhanced to 60%. According to the Defense Minister, the aircraft maker Hindustan Aeronautical Limited of India has already set up second-line manufacturing facility at its Nasik and Bengaluru divisions. Equipped with the augmented infrastructure, the hall will steer the LCA Mk1A production for timely deliveries to the IAF. The Indian Defense Ministry also said that the Tejas program would act as a catalyst for transforming the Indian aerospace manufacturing ecosystem into a vibrant, self-sustaining one. Meanwhile, the Indian Army Chief Manoj Mukund Narvane refuted the claims about the reduction of the troops on either side as far as the friction points are concerned. He said the PLA troops come to the traditional training areas every year and leave the place after the training gets over. He also said there has been no change in the status quo, that China has developed infrastructure in the central and the eastern sectors. In a new US declassified document says, India remains preeminent in the South Asia and takes a leading role in maintaining the Indian Ocean security, increase engagement with the Southeast Asia, and expands its economic, defense and diplomatic cooperation with other US allies and partners in the region. A strong India in cooperation with the like-minded countries would act as a counterbalance to China. The US and its partners on every continent are resistant to Chinese activities aimed at undermining their sovereignty, including through the covert or coercive influence, said in the document. So what do you think of India getting 100 LCA Tejas jets into the production line? And US declassified document says India dominates the Indian Ocean against China. The Indian Army Chief says to get ready for a battle with China and Pakistan. Indian Navy is deploying more Navy ships to the Indian Ocean. Indian Army Chief Manoj Mukund Narvane asked the top military commanders of India in the central and the eastern sectors to be prepared for a battle against China, according to the ANN news agency of India. The Army Chief visited the East Command headquarters on the backdrop of the tension with China and the deployment of more troops by the India and China across the LAC. The Indian Air Force has also put its bases near the borders with China on high alert and increasing the deployment of more fighter jets and attack helicopters mostly in the Arunachal Pradesh region. Now the western sector of India is also on high alert, which is the line of control with Pakistan. This is done by keeping in the mind of two-front battle with China and Pakistan. Already the winter is nearing and it might create a problem for either one of the country. With increasing deployment of Indian Navy warships, Indian Navy is supporting the Indian Army and the Indian Air Force against China. Already, India is doing the surveillance in the Indian Ocean region from the Mauritius with 7,000 kilometers to the Malacca Strait with a distance of nearly 8,000 kilometers. Additionally, following the maritime security incident, Indian Navy has increased its deployment of battle-ready ships. India is also considering to add Australia in the upcoming biggest annual Malabar exercise with the US, Japan and India. Already, India has conducted several military exercises with France, Japan and United States. India is also on a wild goose hunt on buying the surveillance aircraft, patrol aircraft, drones, lightweight tanks, rifles and fighter jets. So what do you think of Indian military getting ready for the battle with China and Pakistan, which might be a two-front battle against India? Indian Rafale jets practicing night warfare and India to ban TV and laptops. India opens a new market for the optical fiber sea route or the cable networks to the Asian countries and to Andaman and Nicobar Islands. India's 5 new Rafale jets are now undertaking day and night practice sessions, as these new Rafale jets are to be inducted at the end of this month at the Ambala Air Force Base. The practice sessions included higher terrain and lower terrain because the Rafale jets are capable of flying under the radar. Already the Indian Army Chief said the Indian military to get ready for a battle with China and Pakistan. If required, the 5 Rafale jets will also be used for emergency warfare. So what do you think of, can the Rafale jets be a game changer for Indian Air Force?